You have this thing, this superpower. Everybody's got it, but it's so fragile. In recent years, it has become really difficult to keep it working right. You're bombarded with notifications, messages, sounds all the time. And worst of all, a lot of the times you don't even notice when you get distracted. Obviously, I'm talking about your attention, your ability to focus. Some people say that our attention spans are diminishing, that we're losing the ability to focus on something for an extended time. And others put the blame on the quality of those distractions. Joe Thornton, a famous marketer who works for Surreal, recently said that people don't have shorter attention spans, they just have a lower buffer for bullshit. Either way, you know how much of a struggle it can be to stay focused on something. Even if you're motivated and well-intentioned, these distractions pop up from seemingly nowhere, and it's no secret that they're making us less efficient and less productive. Let me share a couple of ways on how to reduce these distractions coming from your phone and how to actually focus on something for an extended period of time. First of all is disable notifications. In case you didn't notice, you get hundreds of notifications every day, and 95 or even 99% of them you don't need. They're completely useless. They're just there to waste your time. Their whole goal is to make you open the app, spend some time in the app, and maybe even buy something in the app, but you're not gonna fall for this trap, right? And so then comes social media. Social media sends you so many notifications every day, every hour, every minute almost. But do you really need to know that Sophie liked the photo from Mark where you're tagged in? Like, does it really matter? You really need to disable all these distracting notifications. They don't serve any purpose and they just distract you. What you need is your phone, your messages, and maybe your email if you really want to have it, but the rest, disable it. So the end goal is that you don't want the app to dictate when you open the app. It's got to be a thoughtful decision made by you and not by the app. If you want to open Instagram, do it, but because you want to open it, not because the app sent you 35 notifications and now you feel FOMO and you have to absolutely open it because you missed something. No, you decide when you open it and then you open it. Okay, turn off every notification that you can, and most importantly, don't just turn them off in the app because they will still find some way to send you some notifications. Go into the system settings, system preferences, however it's called, and turn off the big switch so that you get nothing, okay? So my second tip is to use notification filters or focus modes, however they're called. They are super helpful. Here's how they work. So basically, you can set up a filter or a mode, for example, when you're at work or when you're driving, and during that time, you allow only certain notifications to go through, okay? So for example, you're at work, you don't want to be bothered by, I don't know, Amazon or AliExpress, whatever. So you can say, when I'm at work, I only want to get notifications from the people I care about, the people that may need to message me because it's urgent, or my boss, emails, whatever. Only those, but the rest is blocked. Me personally, I have one focus mode that is set at night. Before my bedtime routine, it blocks every notification unless they come from my favorite contacts, which are my wife and my very close family. And everything else is blocked so that I can properly wind down and I'm not distracted by some Instagram comments or I don't know. So this means that sometimes a friend will message me, but because I have this focus mode set at night, I won't see the message until the next day, but that's okay because in most cases it's not urgent. It can wait a couple hours. So use focus modes for work, for wind down, for sessions where you have to focus on something, where you really want to concentrate and do some deep work. Use focus modes. Tip number 3, as I let the chickens eat their well-earned food, is use silent mode on your phone. You don't need your phone to ring. Having a phone ring just screams boomer, right? So if your phone is constantly ringing and buzzing and just making sounds, you will automatically be attracted to it. You will want to see what's going on, pick it up and check the notifications. But you don't need to, just leave it on silent and you're good to go. If you really want to have the sound, then you can use again a focus mode where you can say, I just want to have the sound for when my wife is calling me or whatever important person, but for Instagram comments or the notification from UPS telling that the parcel has gone from this warehouse to this warehouse, you don't need the sound. And just to be clear, I still do a lot of these things. It's super hard, I know, it's hard to disable the notifications or focus mode. You get that FOMO, you get that fear of missing out because you're like, but what if I miss an important notification? Or what if I miss a deal, a good deal on something that I need? It may happen, it probably won't, but it still may happen. But that's a trade-off. Do you want to be healthier up there? Or do you want to have the best deal on something that maybe you don't need? It's up to you. Okay, and for the fourth and last point, we're going back inside. Okay, back inside for this last point. It's very simple. It's very hard to do. Put your phone away. If your phone is not there, you can't be distracted. I know it sounds easy, I know. And I have to admit, even for myself, I have trouble putting my phone away when I'm working because then I've got that FOMO kicking in. And with the years, I think it's been less of a fear of missing out an Instagram comment or something else that it's irrelevant, but it's more about being there if my wife needs to call me or if something happens with my parents and I don't want to miss this. And so this is where the big tension is. On one side, you want to have no distractions, no phone, nothing to disturb you from working and working well. And then on the other side, at least for me, I still want some people to be able to call me if they really need to, if they have something urgent. So again, focus modes can help because you can filter out the unnecessary stuff. Or another solution that works really well for me, and I'll probably do a video on it in the future, is a watch, a smartwatch, Apple Watch. With the watch, the advantage is that you cannot open Instagram, you cannot open Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever. You cannot check your Temu or AliExpress. You can only check the most important stuff, which is calls, messages, email if you want. And that's really the only things you should be checking. People can still call you and message you, so if something happens, you can be notified. But if you block the unnecessary notifications, then you can really put the phone away and just have your watch and you're good to go. You can focus on something for an extended period of time. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a video on how I use my watch to kind of use my phone less. This could certainly be something very interesting to do. And yeah, otherwise that's it. Just remember that the most important things in your life are health, family, friends, and these are your priorities, not Instagram comments. Okay, see you.